Animayshin is one of the most popular anime channels on YouTube. Sorry, wrong script.
Did you see where the guy went?
I think he got away. Oh, wait, there he is.
Oh, am I not hidden good? Again, can't see a dang thing. What are you gonna do, right?
From Animayshin, one of the most popular animated channels on YouTube, comes Sheriff Hayseed, an animated short-turned series about anthropomorphic animals living in the Old West. There have actually been 2 episodes spawned from this series, Strategically Stupid and Boomerang in a Gunfight. I thought I'd just lump them together for simplicity's sake. It's probably going to only take me so long to review Strategically Stupid anyways, so yeah. Strategically Stupid has Sheriff Todd Hayseed and Sean, the deputy I think, playing chess when suddenly a bunch of snakes try and rob the bank. Todd is then forced to think about his moves with strategy to take this tyrannical serpent, wait, never mind. It's pretty obvious that this episode, for how short it is, gets a good amount done. It sets the dynamic of the main leads, as well as hint at the main theme/lesson the rash main character has to learn. It showcases Todd at his best and then pulls the rug out from his feet, forcing him to adapt with a new mindset in mind. And then, once all that is said and done, the need for it gets dumped for comedic effect. This is, well, Animayshin has been doing this comedy thing for a while, so you think he'd pick up on how to write it. And, yeah, he does. So yeah, I don't think anyone has ever argued whether or not Animayshin was funny. I'm just honestly astonished how good the foundation of how tailor-made the storytelling is with this comedic style. Like, I think Strategically Stupid aged very well compared to even some of his more famous work. For instance, 5 AM at Freddy's, The Final Four Reviews, or Meet the Amazing Tracer simply fling jokes willy-nilly and don't really have a core story to tell. While I think there can be funny jokes from this, they weren't. Some of the jokes were raw references that almost came out of nowhere, so if you don't know the context, fuck you, I guess. And even if you did, they're just references that are slightly silly, which isn't enough sometimes. The story also made no sense, nor the characters, which you kinda need that. A lot of the jokes suspend disbelief. But if everything's random, what's the point? The point I'm trying to make, at least, is that Strategically Stupid is still pretty funny. It's even a later creation, so the acting is also on point. The delivery, pacing as well. It's snappy without too much hang time or build-up.
Can kings move 2 spaces?
No. Checkmate. Move it back, Todd.
No, this game is stupid.
Animayshin's animation and art style are still good to look at as well, though. He had a more bobblehead look to his characters, and yet even while stylistic, the action and movement is rather smooth and natural, rather than seeming like it would be clunky and weird. The colors are bright and easy on the eyes, the characters are distinct, and the facial expressions are, well, expressive and memey. That's all I really gotta say about Strategically Stupid though. It's pretty funny all around and the animation holds up. Not to mention, it's a great pilot, even if unnamed. Boomerang in a Gunfight is that exciting next step we were waiting for, and boy, it was worth the wait! In general, I love the art style shift. It allows for more flexible and expressive character designs that honestly couldn't have been done as well with the old one. And don't get me wrong, Animayshin made excellent stuff with his old art style, but switching it up definitely benefited him in the long run. Characters now have unique builds, the torsos and heads seem like a lot less to work with, and Todd and Sean are now different heights, which makes so much damn sense. Boomerang in a Gunfight has the boys fight and then lose to a criminal they should have definitely have been able to take down. But realizing that they're untrained, the mayor of Troughtwater, I think I spelled that right, puts them to work, and after 60 seconds, I forgot it takes like 60 seconds for them, but after 60 seconds, a new criminal shows up and now they're using their training to test what they've learned. But after they defeated them, it was the mayor all along, and Todd and Sean gain a level of confidence and intelligence. I hope. For how simple the story may seem, compared to Strategically Stupid, and well, the rest of his catalog, other than Such a Cup Man 4, I guess, but that's only because of the length of it, it's pretty damn complicated. Boomerang in a Gunfight, which I'll call Vajav, For sure. Never mind. This episode has a lot going on while keeping it organized. For starters, the series introduces 3 new characters that have a tremendous amount of screen time. Then you have 2 mainstays, Todd and Sean, who are the ones actually going through the development. And so these 3 new guys are done in 3 unique ways to keep the story going, fresh, investing, and other adjectives. For instance, we get Old Boomstick. Kinda like the snakes in the first one, he is showcased as an obstacle with a funny back and forth. Coincidentally, the antagonists in both episodes seem to showcase weakness that the boys have to figure out how to solve or cover. As where they currently stand before the character development, they come up short and hit themselves in the face. This time literally. We're then introduced to the mayor, who appears as an authority figure. Sean kind of filled that role, but is more of a straight man that sort of helps him, and yeah, we need a dedicated authority figure like that. This character juxtaposed the protags to light a fire for motivation, and to add more fun interactions, acting as a straight man to Dumb and Dumber. Then you got Lloyd, the worrywart nice guy with a secret demon in them. I love these kinds of characters, well, when they're done right. The key is to lock up the secret demon and not flash it every other second. But Lloyd is a worrywart first and foremost, so you get the nice guy a lot more, while the pent-up anger is sent out in bursts. Not all the time. He is also dumbed down a bit to mesh better with the leads. All these attributes just aren't enough for laughs though. To keep you engaged with the 3rd new character in a 5-minute time span after the 2 other new characters, his character traits are given utility to help push the story along, as well as giving a reason of why this new character has been introduced. I like Lloyd, he might be my favorite. All these 3 characters make me like Todd and Sean a lot more. Todd is given an air of naivety rather than a dickhead energy, which is a welcome change. Sean is given a more laid-back yet also dumb brain personality. Yeah, I don't mind them dumbing down Sean more, since we already get an authority figure, and the Todd/Sean dynamic is much more fun with them clumsily trying to save Trough-Water. While there wasn't anything wrong with their characters initially, for one, they weren't as annoying as most other takes on their character, and 2, their big personalities fit the length and nature of the last episode more likable characters tend to be better characters in the long run for me, so I see this as an absolute win. Because it's still funny, you know? People rely too much on mean characters getting karma, because all of Sheriff Hayseed is pure laughter. I mean, from the guy that has been doing comedy all his life on YouTube essentially, you think he have a handle on this. A big thing that Animayshin is really good at is fantastic slapstick. And since he's making a cartoon show that is built for slapstick, oh well.
I can't believe I made it out of that violent robbery completely
We also get a good amount of dialogue exchanges which are delivered perfectly. Like, his actors and actresses have been around the block so many times, including on his channel. So unlike most independent work, which tends to have a few kinks and bugs, even to those that are established and hit the ground running, you'd be surprised how the quality of the tone and performance in this little passion project is unmatched to even them. And well, that makes sense. Animayshin has took the leap to dialogue-heavy animations for a while now. And yeah, he's definitely come a long way. But that's the story for another time. Just know the quality, well, in general, have been improving since then. That goes for both music and animation. Music, for starters, has been, well, I wouldn't say dramatically improving, but I like the soundtrack for Boomerang and Gunfight. It's fun and fits the bill of the series. But let's get to the real meat of the subject, the animation, which I briefly talked about in the beginning, but I can't stress enough how much animation has improved. The stretch and pull of every character, the expressive body poses, the smoother movement and action, all in a unique and colorful art style. I love the background settings, and the imperfect hand-drawn look it has. It all just hits the right notes of generic cartoon Wild West, and the sky shots are always something to gawk at, especially during sunset at the second half of the animation. The expressions are also still that right amount of mimi, but not too blatantly so. Gives it that level of class I can appreciate about it, if I already wasn't appreciating enough about it. And man, Sheriff Hayseed is awesome. I think Animayshin secretly wanted to create an original series without diving too deep headfirst into it, but this show is essentially him saying fuck it and just doing it. It was the right call. I am in love with this little series and patiently waiting for what's to come. Hey, what's going on? So, I just finished the video and now I'm here to record the elephant in the room, which is the fact that Sheriff Hayseed is on an infinite hiatus for who freaking knows how long. So if you didn't know, the last things that have been released for Animayshin has been this short animation that I'm showing right now, and I'm going to show a little later, is the storyboard episode that wasn't animated at all. Animayshin, aka Mike, will stop doing Sheriff Hayseed because not only because of injuries and health and whatnot, but also for the fact that Sheriff Hayseed is in such, he puts Sheriff Hayseed in such high regard. In fact, it's all in this message right here that he really wanted to step back and really do other projects and maybe rely on it while he heals for who knows how long. And that is not only perfectly understandable, but is needed context for this specific video. I don't want to change anything about this video. This video is great and very inspiring and very true to my heart and how I feel about Animayshin. But I just want to make sure that I'm not being vague or begging or anything that Animayshin do this back all over again. He needs to rest. I think everybody needs to rest. I think everybody needs to take it easy and chill. And if that means stopping a really sick thing that I like, so be it. That's your health over I bet it feels much more painful from his side rather than my side, you know? Yeah. Because that's his project. And you know, I want to good old Mike Animayshin, I want you to get well and then be alright, man. And well, I mean, I will still be waiting for Sheriff Hayseed whenever you do that, but you know, don't stress it out. Don't stress out. Just know that I love your work, and your work is as close to perfect as it could ever be, if that's anything to say, really. So yeah, sorry guys, I didn't mean to be a downer. Enjoy the rest of this little a little bit of the Sheriff Hayseed intro outro thingy. Bye bye.
Not up but flawed with the boomerang. Here stop your squad, so hold the fraud and think before you violate the law.